Greetings. I'm horologist NKiru. On the behalf of myself and KTL University, we would like to invite you for our online Zoom class, March the 27th, 11 o'clock, 2022. We will present the power of precious metals, where you will have the opportunity to learn the concept of building wealth with gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rhodium. You will also learn the foundation of the abundantness of these metals through the health benefits, the wealth benefits, and the spirituality benefits. For every 20th person that signs up for this class, you receive this beautiful silver 925 sterling silver pendant that is featured on the front of the book, I Am Rich. The spaces are limited, so act now.
Yes, indeed, family. Yes, indeed. As you just heard, my good brother NKiru, who will be coming through later on to build with the family, he let you know that we have a special going on where we are offering a free silver necklace to the 20th. Each 20th ticket holder is going to be blessed or blessed and gifted with a reward. And also everybody that buys the classes, and shout out to everybody who've been purchasing the workshop, you will receive an ebook, a free ebook, and you'll also receive the workshop that we just did February the 26th in Miami entitled Dropping Gems. All right.
To this day.
Without any further ado, I want to welcome you to another Third Eye Thursdays featuring none other
To this day.
than your good brother.
To this day.
Red Pillar in the building. Tonight I will be joined by some special guests. This is going to be a packed show. There's a lot of things going on, so we're going to get right to it. But you already know what it is. Before we even say anything or before we move forward, we got to go ahead and do the roll call. First and foremost, how is my audio doing? Talk back to me, please. How we looking on the sound? Sound man. Mic check 1 2 1 2. We good? Awesome. All right, let's do the roll call. 677 is in the building. I don't know where the hell that's from. Where is 677? 677 is in the building. Peace and love to the fam. Was really good. All right, we got Knoxville, Tennessee up in this thing. Shout out to Knoxville, Tennessee. All right. Shout out to my dude, Mike True, out there in Tennessee. Shout out to Source Guard, all right, from Memphis, Tennessee. I was just in the studio cooking up a classic with Source Guard out there from Memphis, Tennessee, all right? The Kings rise up in Tennessee, all right? The name of the song is Immortal, and it's fire. Shout out to Arizona, AZ. Shout out to Hinesville, Georgia. Shout out to Denver, Colorado, Spartanburg, SC. Shout out to West Phoenix, all right? The Phoenix Birds, San Fran. Everybody from California that's in the building, I have a gift for you tonight. I have something to offer for you. If you from Cali, I don't care what part of Khalifa you from, I need you to put a fire emoji in the chat so I can highlight it. We got something very special for all of my California residents. All right, Norfolk, Virginia in the building, Naptown in the building, Georgia in the building, Shot Town 773, Minnesota in the building, 505 in the building, Brooklyn. Rest in peace to Biggie Smalls, 25th anniversary. Yeah, Jersey in the building, Oakland in the building, Hawaii in the building, the Big Island, AZ in the building, Pittsburgh in the building, St. Croix, man from St. Croix in the building, the Brevs them, Michigan in the building, NYC in the building, Massachusetts in the building, the Tremont section of the Bronx, BX in the building, Silver Springs, Maryland, some more NYC. How's the weather in NYC? Winfield, Louisiana, Greenville, South Carolina, Westmoreland, Jamaica, Mandem, Wagwan, Moreno Valley, California. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore. It's a global affair. Shout out to, Here we go. Here we go with the Callies right here. Boom, 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 boom. And it's more of y'all in up in this thing. Cali is deep. I love it. The West Coast, the West Coast. They said the best coast. All right. We got you. We got you. Everybody in the building. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to hit the share button and leave all of your comments and concerns in the chat room and whatnot. You know, Killer Hills 304, Southern California. T dot up in this thing. The town is here. H Town is here. Houston is here. New Orleans is here. You know what I'm talking about? Detroit City is here. I feel good tonight. We surrounded by some powerful people living in some powerful places. Y'all are all on the grid, lighting that shit up, tapping into the motherfucking grid, the energy grid, the ley lines and whatnot. T dot is up in this thing. It's a global affair. Bermuda's up in this thing. Florida's up in this thing. Yeah. Yes. Yes, indeed. Philly is here. London, the Mondam, the Bruv. I saw this thing on Netflix last night. What was the comedy special with the dude from Britain? He was talking about the Bruvs. Hey, Bruv. In it. You met my brother today? Beautiful. Spring Valley is up in this thing. Jersey, Jersey. Crenshaw. All right, all right, all right, all right. Wonderful, wonderful. It is wonderful to see everybody here tonight for this another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. Tonight we're going to have multiple conversations. There's a lot of things going on, as you know. The Mondem, the Bruvdem, our plates are kind of full. We have a lot of projects on these plates. We inside of our networks, there's a lot of people within our networks that are doing monumental things. And I really feel like it's a sin if we don't share the light of what people are doing in our community and in our network and introduce y'all to some of the bright lights, some of the innovators, some of the visionaries, some of the entrepreneurs and the serial entrepreneurs that are amongst us, as we have always done. This is what the pillars do. So tonight will be no different. Of course, you've been familiar with my brother Stephen Richardson, aka NKiru. He's come along in the last two episodes, Melanin Monday and Third Eye Thursday last week, and he talked about the importance of the precious metals. And about a week ago, yes, 19 Keys was a body in the Breakfast Club today. You know what I'm saying? I saw that episode. My brother put up a lot of points on the board and whatnot. I'm talking about? You know what I mean? He was doing his thing, doors is being kicked down. Worldwide. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm not seeing the likes go up. Right. So the good thing about what it is that, that we have in our network is the fact that everybody is working. Everybody has, not everybody, but the right people are doing the right things at the right time. So my good brother came along and he was giving the family a lot of insight and foresight. Once I always say that timing is everything. So when the brother came along about a month ago, he was telling the platform and the network that precious metals are the way to go, right? He gave the family stock tips. He gave the audience stock tips. He gave the network and the listeners and the watchers tips about what to invest in. If you were there and you heard him dropping gems and whatnot, please drop an emoji, okay? Drop an emoji. And the brother, has been able to give the family a heads up about the precious metals market. In this week alone, I might have counted about 20 articles that highlighted the fact that as a result of this war, as a result of gas prices going through the roof and a rise of what they call the EV automobile market, right? Electric vehicles. The fact that America is utilizing financial provocation against their arch nemesis, Russia, who is in bed with their arch nemesis, China, right? And, there's going to be somewhat of a financial windfall as a result of all of these pieces on the chessboard moving. So, we all know that it is very important to diversify your portfolio. And that's what the brother has come along and provided us the ability to do. So, we're going to bring him on the show tonight and let him speak about what has taken place in the last few days in the market that he's introducing us into. And on the 27th, he's going to be doing a workshop where he's going to get into not only the business of the precious metals, right? But also the metaphysics of it, because it is also a metaphysics. There's many metaphysical properties to collecting these precious metals, the history of these metals, what the case study of these metals, with the proof of work of these metals, what they do and what they're gonna be doing, and what it is that we can do with it, before the door is closed. Because if you don't know what's taking place, they're about to close the door on that whole market to allow the average man and woman access, similar to before the rise in these quote unquote everyday Joe Public stock apps and whatnot. You didn't have access to the markets like that. The average man didn't have access to those. Those were closed off. You don't. There was an entry level that the average 9 to 5 or middle class American could not reach. So we look forward to building with our good brother. You know what I'm talking about? As for other announcements, we definitely we're going to introduce you tonight as well to one of our fellow team members, okay, who is very active in behind the scenes doing the work of creating an NFT platform, right, for artists, right? And the artists who are not necessarily locked into an industry business model, because the artists of the future and the artists of today have the opportunity not only to choose to be independent and not contracted to the quote unquote machine, right? But not only do they have the opportunity to, the business model to exert their quote unquote, the majority of the sales of their intellectual property. They have the ability to almost own 100% of their masters and their publishing, and almost about 90% of the revenue that's gained from the sale of their merchandise and the sale of their quote unquote physical products, whether it be a CD, a vinyl, a cassette, whatever it may be, merch. So this brother is going to help bring a vision. He's going to paint a picture, and he's going to share a vision that he has of a business endeavor that is underway right now. But before he even does that, he has some very good news to incentivize the family that's out there to, participate in tapping in. You know what I mean? Participate in what it is, the resources that this man has available. He's going to offer the ability for the family that's out there in California to be a part of it. You know what I mean? So we'll talk about that when it comes up a little bit later today. And then another announcement from another guest that we will be bringing forward based off of a poll that I did, where I put a post in the community on the YouTube channel, and I asked everybody that was out there, what would you rather what type of workshop would you rather participate in, or what is it that y'all want, what y'all need? And overwhelmingly 61% voted for metaphysics. So as a result of that, we're going to be bringing our good brother Alkebulan back to explain and to break down and to share with the fam the upcoming workshop that we will be doing / lecture that we will be doing this month. All right. Very, very soon. I think around the beginning of the spring equinox. Okay. So we are working. It's time to work. We are exiting the winter season. The winter season is coming to an end. The winter season signifies, falling back, being in hibernation mode. being in quote unquote rest mode, recharging your batteries, fasting, getting everything ready. It's a death cycle. It's a death cycle, right? That's what winter represents. So a lot of things wither away in the winter. A lot of people change clothes in the winter. They shed their fur and whatnot. They're in hibernation. They're in quote unquote planning mode, plotting mode. But in the spring, we spring forward. So as we embark upon the New Year's, right? As we embark upon the season of spring, we're going to spring forward on this platform and on other platforms with a lot of the things that have been incubating over the months that we're proud to announce and proud to put in front of the networks and the audience. All right. And to help, improve your mission and your journey and your path to know thyself. You know what I mean? Because that's what we're doing over here at Netaverse. That's what we're doing at Now Meta. That's what we're doing at Know the Ledger. That's what we're doing at Know the Hedge. That's what we're doing at Know the Ledge. Okay.
To this day. To this day.
Shout out to Orphe. Yeah, shout out to Orphe the right. So yeah. What's going on in the news? What's going on in the news? There's a lot of things going on, but I'm really like I'm not even allowing myself to be distracted these days. I'm very laser focused on other things like solutions and things. I'm finding myself spending damn near 12 hours having meetings with with my team. Teamwork makes the dream work. So we be chopping up so much game about so many W's and so many wins and so many prospective things that are sitting on on a table that we don't even have time to entertain or to give any type of energy whatsoever to propaganda, because that's what you're seeing in these news networks. That's what's taking place on mainstream media. Propaganda has been taking place for decades now. The level of propaganda has somewhat, they've leveled up their levels of propaganda. And as you can see, as we get out of one theater of war, we enter into another theater of war, because the C-19, if you forget, or if you don't remember, on March the 13th on 2020, a war began, right? It goes down, the pandemic will go down on paper as a war. They declared wartime emergencies. The verbiage that was used by the sitting president at that time, Donald Trump, was we are at war with an invisible enemy. So it's been a war. And in war, 90% of war is deception. Deception has been taking place on levels untold, unseen, and unfathomed up into this day. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, okay? They've been utilizing fear campaigns, fear tactics, propaganda, fake news, censorship, and things that I can't even mention, right? Intimidation, shadow banning. I mean, I could go on for days, but y'all were in the same movie theater that I was in. You watched the same movie that I saw, and you know what they did, right? As a result of that, they were able to trick and fool, coerce, right, and twist the arms of a large number of people, force them to make something, a life decision that I don't even know the extent of what that life decision will represent leading on into the quote unquote unknown future. But I know that they bamboozled a lot of people with propaganda. So if that's the case, if I saw that take place on my watch in real time in the last 2 years, I could imagine what's coming down the pipeline when they're going to utilize large scale propaganda for a big tent event or a big time event such as World War III. This already biblically prophesied to take place with the same characters you see on the stage right now. The same exact characters to a T. There's nobody on the chessboard that ain't supposed to be there This not in the script where it wasn't written. They all on stage right now. So in the spirit of not panicking, in the spirit of true consciousness, which is awareness and being 10 steps ahead of anybody else on the chessboard, right? Because of our quote unquote eagle eye or our hawk eye Heru vision. Heru comes back from the future as a soothsayer and whatnot, and tells the people of the times that are to come. That's what Heru represents. So as the Herus, what we do is we prepare ourselves for anything, so we're not caught off balance, and we utilize the times, right, to do what? To introduce solutions, algorithms to the problems that may be arising. So the problem that may be arising right now is the fact that you've been thriving and striving, right? And some of you have been surviving, utilizing fiat, utilizing whatever you got from your loans, the PPP, the unemployment. But we're reaching a precipice right now where some of that may be threatened. So there's a new level, there's a new layer, and there's a new quote unquote, there's a new approach to wealth building and collecting assets. So without any further ado, I want to bring on the first guest tonight, which is our good brother NKiru, who's been laying down. I need y'all to put some fire emojis in the chat, because you got to give credit where credit is due. You feel me? You got to give credit where credit is due. Name me somebody who's been out there for the last few months and a few weeks, beating on the drums, letting the people know the importance of doing what? Investing in and collecting precious metals before something happens. And now we're here in this week. We're on a Thursday. Since Monday, I've been seeing article after article after article after article saying, nigga, I told you so. Without any further ado, I want to open up the floor to my good brother.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace to you, God. What's happening?
Hold on, you got a lot of fire emojis in the chat. You know what I mean? 21 salutes. Look, you're getting saluted. The family is saluting you for being what? For just being who you say that you are, being on time.
Yes, sir.
Not just being on time, but bearing gifts like information.
Yes.
And proof of work. Mm-hmm. Right? And sharing your gems with them, dropping gems. Hold on.
To this day.
Could have kept the information to yourself. But I'm getting inbox. People are sending me pictures of silver coins. I got you, Red. This is for you, son. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You took your boy's advice. I'm up, my G. I'm up. You know, everybody treat this shit like the gambling spot. You know what I mean? Some of my audience is rambunctious. So they be on the coin phone instead of the money phone right now.
Yeah, I'm checking them.
Silver bar phone.
I'm checking. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm kind of turned. Can you tell?
It's all good. You got me in the burning the midnight candle. It's all good.
Yeah, you in Brazil, right?
It's all good though. I
don't even want to ask you what time it is out there.
No, it's 12. It's 12. I'm
midnight?
It's 12.
12 a.m.
No, 12 a.m. at night.
Oh, y'all only got a 2-hour difference from New York.
That's it. It's 2-hour difference.
From Atlanta? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm thinking something completely different then.
No, it's 2 hours. Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
Yes,
well, let's get right into it.
What's
been going on the markets this week? Can you elaborate, please?
Well, you got some gold is pushed past 2,000 and knocked on the door almost 2,100, and it pulled back. So it's inched right back up there, 2,000. So it's just consolidating for a few days. I think Monday it's gonna shoot up again,
right?
And next week it's gonna blow through. But in the industry, what I'm hearing again is delays from one of the dealers' name is Miles Franklin. It's a huge deal. He's been in business for 45 years. and he's talking about, you know, the delays again, and how it's hard for him to get the medals. So, you know, that's pretty much what's going on right now in the news. And you know, of course, what's going on overseas, and you know, this whole thing is it's definitely a currency war. Yes, yes,
Indeed.
definitely a currency war. You know,
I
one of
mean,
the go ahead.
it's a look. The
Uh-huh.
currency war that I'm witnessing, even with America announcing, or the USA for that matter, announcing that they are going to be they're almost complete with their digital coin, right? And they're hopping into the race. And at the same time, they're going to begin to regulate NFTs and crypto and things of that nature. But then on the other hand, I'm seeing how Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is playing front and center in this
Yeah.
conflict, where their quote unquote their national the ruble
Mm.
is damn near toilet paper, right?
Yeah.
But you see
Yeah.
you see all of the Ukrainians are getting these cryptocurrency donations in Bitcoin and in other
Sure.
coins and whatnot, and they're showing that look, even with the financial institutions, bank accounts being frozen, and Russia's saying that as well too,
Mhm.
because with the
Yes.
sanctions that are being levied on them, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's this good time, you know, to understand being outside the system. You know, that way you can take a seat, be comfortable, digest everything that's going on,
right,
and collect your medals. And you know, these are trump cards. You know, holding medals, silver, gold, platinum. These are trump cards. So
right,
you're able to use them to play whatever way you want to play inside the monetary system. But at least you have the physical, and you know, you can really be comfortable and not worried and have to be, you know, doing a lot of dodging inside of the monetary system.
right.
You know, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I wanted to bring up, there's another thing that was in the news. I saw Brother Keys on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, he was on the
Shout out.
breakfast this morning. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. Shout out to the brother. He had made a video prior to that, and I wanted to bring that up. He made some great statements about building wealth,
right,
precious metals, about gold. He made some very good statements. He had he had made a statement talking to some kids about what's black owned in their home.
right,
And I wanted to address that because he pulled off, after he made that statement, he pulled off his watch, and it
right,
was a Rolex. And I said, wow, you know, I said, that's interesting, you know. So I said, okay, let's float that same question back to 19 Keys and say, what black owned businesses that you are wearing? So when I looked at the watch, I said, wow, that's the most expensive thing I think he has on. So that's speaking volumes. You know, everything starts with self.
right,
So I was thinking, Keys and we need to get together because the brother needs, and NKiru, he needs an 18 karat gold, 24 karat gold timepiece they can commission. And
definitely,
it brought me to the story of Henry Graves. So Henry Graves was a banker,
right,
just like Keys, he's a banker.
right,
Henry Graves in 1916 commissioned Patek Philippe to make an 18 karat white gold pocket watch.
mm,
To this day, you can Google it. Patek Philippe, Henry Graves. He's a banker. The watch sold in auction for 24 million. Okay.
wow,
So Keys and I can make history.
right,
He can commission a piece, 24, 18 karat platinum, whatever, but it can be the same thing in the future. That value would just keep rising and rising and rising. So I just wanted to bring that out, you know, to the family and show a demonstration, you know, that when we talk about black businesses, we have to wear it at the same time, especially for high-end luxury products. And that's what we're talking about in the class. When you accumulate these precious metals, we're setting up you to actually use these precious metals in your business. And that business can be a luxury business, like via clothing, via jewelry, via art, many things. So we have to set a standard in these luxury business. A woman is making pocketbooks. She want to change out the hardware to silver and put gemstones in there. We need to set a stage for these luxury business. So
we
that
definitely,
way, yes. So that
at
way
this
we have
point,
choices. Yes.
Right. At this point, with the access that many of us have to the overseas markets, that many of us have to, just sourcing the materials that it would take to, create these luxury brand items and whatnot. That is definitely the next move that needs to happen. It's about ownership. And
it's about ownership.
It's about ownership, right? So once that is established, that it's about ownership, the conversation quickly begins to shift.
Yes.
If we collectively, or if we individually, or if we agree as a network or whatever, as an investment group, that it's about ownership, then we will never have to go into any other establishment and support whatever product that they have if there's no ownership attached to it. So once we establish that it's about ownership, then we begin to source the qualified people who can create luxury item products, and they are these artisans and these goldsmiths and these watchmakers and these horologists. There's not a lot of them, but they can be reached out to. They can be commissioned. This is something that is doable at this point. So I'm a huge proponent of beginning to create our own, add value to the brands that not only we have equity in, but these brands are incentivized to do what? Social entrepreneurship in our networks, in our communities, it's just like we understand who's adding the value. Man make the clothes don't make the man. We understand who adds value to the brand. And the brand does not add value to you. No brand came along and made you greater than who you was when your mama had you. Come on now.
So like I said, these are the things we're going to talk about in the workshop, of the luxury. And see, when I started in the luxury business, I had that mindset, mass production. I got to do what they doing, this and that. But as later on, I really got my niche. And I said, oh, one of a kinds, very limited editions. Now I brought more control because I don't have to rely on it getting it done overseas. I can do it right here. If I produce 30, 40 timepieces a year, that's excellent. Because what happens, it leaves room for the next watchmaker that want to take a class or whatever. So it leaves room for the lady that wants to produce 30 or 40, 50 pocketbooks a year, shirts or whatever it may be. So this is the mindset we have to. It's a concept, So precious metals is the gateway to the luxury products, and then that's what I'm trying to home in on, So just collecting it is the first phase, and as we talked about, you mentioned the 7 stages, which is
that.
Yes, which is excellent. So, the first stage is the one I gave you all the. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The first stage is the one that I gave you all the other night when I asked everyone to assess their jewelry and their precious metals. So, you know, when you come back on, you know, mention that, you know, part of your, that's like our roll call. That's another roll call. You know, have y'all assessed your jewelry? Has you assessed the precious metals? How many grams you holding? How many ounces you holding? You know, the second thing would be, I made a quick little list here, is setting a goal. You know, so once you have, so say you have 100 grams and I want 1,000 grams.
Right.
So you set that goal. And then you go to the third stage of acknowledging your bank. That is your bank. That is your worth. So you don't have any other money but that, because everything else is fiat currency,
Right.
or digital. So once you acknowledge it, and we're gonna break it all down in the class. I'm just gonna run through it a little quick. But the fourth one is accumulating now. Now you want to accumulate and create that frequency habit of buying weekly or every other week. And then we go into details about that. The fifth thing is the study. Now you want to get into the science of it. You want to study the AG47, and you just want to focus on silver.
Right.
You want to study the science of it, accumulating it, playing with it. It's talking to you. As more come in, you meditate with it, and you figure out, okay, this is used in this industry. This is used in that industry. I can do this, and then name your industry. And then you go into, we have the number 5. We have the, that's number 5. We go into number 6, which is the understanding the ratio. So that way, you know, you're able to know when to trade in and trade out. 50 ounces for 1 ounce of gold, and so on and so on. And then, you know, the last part of it is you're dealing with going back to the book. And, you know, I read it myself weekly, and then you're jotting and logging and making sure that you stay on course, you know.
Indeed.
Yes. Yeah.
Indeed.
So
Definitely, fam. The link is in the description. The website is KTL University. That is where you'll be able to purchase your tickets for this workshop that's coming up at the end of the month, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time on www.KTL University. You don't have to go anywhere else. It'll be broadcasted from Zoom right through that channel. It will be recorded, so you'll have it on video on demand in perpetuity. And with the purchase of the class, you also receive a free ebook, I Am Rich, and you also receive a 4-hour workshop that we just did called Dropping Gems, where this good brother right here was one of the openers.
yes. And remember, we're getting close. We're getting close to the first 20. We still early in the game.
Hold on. I meant to tell you, we good.
Yes.
We got the first 20, so we got to
got the first 20. Okay.
Yes, we're going to announce the winner of the first 20. I was going to do that tonight. Let me text my wife to see if she could give me the name.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. So we cooking. So I appreciate everyone that's signing up for the class, that's getting the books. I'm getting feedbacks. I'm getting texts. I'm communicating, you know, on my end. So, you know, I'm talking on the phone to different people. I see that y'all are excited, and I really appreciate this because, like I said, Wall Street Silver is 180,000 strong. You know, is no reason why we can't be 1,000 strong that's stacking, creating our own central bank, and we're able to make some serious moves because our foundation cannot be shook.
Definitely.
You know, this is what this is about, you know, and then that's what Keys mentioned, you know, is, you know, balancing out your portfolio. But this is important because the precious metals is your foundation. And I can't stress that enough. Everything else is inside the monetary system and can be manipulated to different things. But This you hold in your hand, and it gives you that power, that physical energy power, and it lets you get your magic on.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir, brother.
I definitely look forward to the gift shop. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I really want to know some of the tricks and the trades of that
Yes.
industry, so I could really I don't want to just play as a novice. Like I
Yes.
want to get into it, because you got to be on some Ray Charles time if you don't think that this is going to be very lucrative moving forward. I don't need to be
Absolutely.
sold on it. I can see it. You know what I mean? Like
You can
I
see
seen
it.
it this whole week. Everywhere that I turned, there were articles that were really highlighting the conversations that we've been having about, the wealth building properties of
Yes.
precious metals.
Yes.
So no
Yes.
crypto. Nah, crypto is still a go. When nobody is turning. It's called diversify your portfolio. It's
Sure.
called not putting all of your eggs in one basket. It's
Sure.
called not being limited in your thinking. It's
That's
called
right.
moving away from poverty consciousness. It's called not giving limitations to your flex. And it's also called stream chasing, my friend.
To this day. To this day.
I want
There's a
the
lot more
family.
things that are taking place.
That's right. I
NFTs
want
are
the
popping.
family. Go ahead,
Huh?
brother. I'm sorry, cut your wisdom. Now I was saying I want the family to pay attention to nano silver. Nano silver, they're using it in clothes. They've been using it, and you can see copper. Of course, they're using a lot of sporting clothes now. The silver, they're using it in a lot of curtains to block the EMF rays, the 5G, and a lot of different things that I've been studying that we're going to bring up in the class. I just, while y'all grabbing the silver right now, just it's gonna start coming to you. A lot of different things, and
Right.
you're gonna start seeing different brands that's using different things in their luxury products, and they bringing it in slowly.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, just based off of what we went through with this thing, with this invisible enemy, the
Yes.
infusion of copper and also silver into your
Yes.
wearables is very, very, it would really put you in a class of, luxury, that's the new luxury brand. That is the new
Yes.
luxury. And
Consciousness.
go back
Yeah.
to earlier because of
Yeah.
many reasons dealing with that. It's gonna be 3D printed, and just this, the fusion and whatnot. And so I definitely, I really, because you gave me the science of the silver dust. You gave
Yes.
me also the science of the silver as buttons on your shirt.
Yes.
All of that right there.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
whole
Keep it buttons. Yeah. That's
It's a
right.
whole new flex,
That's
and
right.
it also makes sense that, that's a use case for the silver, so you don't just have it sitting around, because people
Yes.
will always say, well, you can't do nothing with the silver. If you wanted to buy a hamburger, what you gonna do? Chip the silver off? They come up with all of these, you know, these it's cool, it is what it is,
Yeah.
people are gonna deflect, and they're going to try to dumb it down, but it's all
Sure.
right. It's expected,
Sure.
but what you have to do is you just demonstrate something, so that just completely erases that aspect of the conversation. You just say, nah, there's a use case for this silver that I got. I'm gonna put it on my
Yes.
clothing, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody said in the comments, you can't eat gold. And I said, yes, you can.
Right,
You got the gold water. You
right,
see, so the science is so deep. That's
right,
how deep it is. So you can't run from it. But what I'm asking, as people sign up for the class,
right.
tell what industry or what's your passion, because I'm making charts of that. When the people call in and they get in the books, I'm asking them when we design in the shop, I'm polishing it up.
Right.
It's going to really be interactive so we can really direct people. Okay, you're artist, you're over here. Okay, you can do this, you can do this, you this, so we really going to speak volume to the community that's in the class so they can say, okay, I got it. Okay, I didn't see it. I didn't think from that angle. So I'm going to be giving all of these angles from
Right.
all of these different industries, how you can use your silver, and your gold,
There you have
to
it,
bring
family.
in another stream of income. Yes.
Exactly. Take full advantage of this information as it's coming to you in real time. My good brother NKiru
Yes.
is
Thank
laying
you.
it down. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
He is here to assist with solutions. So please, if y'all enjoy what y'all just heard, give him some love in the chat with some fire emojis and whatnot. And hit up the KTLUniversity.com, get your tickets.
Get
All
your
right?
tickets, baby. Appreciate it. I
Appreciate
got something
you.
special. Got something special coming about the timepiece. So,
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Yes. And I'm gonna link you and Keys up so you can have that conversation with him, so we could go ahead
Yes.
and put these pieces together.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, man, because, we got to demonstrate for the community.
No, we do. It's about the
We,
demonstration. You know what I
we,
mean?
we,
It's
we
about
got
the
to we got to do it. That's it.
I can see you making the whole watch line for the EYL brothers and all of them, and
Yeah.
really pushing
Yes.
these these timepieces that could go up against the Rolex because of the
Yes,
fact that you're
indeed.
doing what Rolex and all of these other watchmakers are not doing. You're offering equity, you know what I mean, to the people
That's
who are
right.
spending this money with you. And that's very important in these days and times of instability and things of that nature. If I have all of these watch collections, if I really needed to rinse these watches, if I had to turn these watches into some type of liquid, is that available to me? Or do I have to go to
Yes.
the pawn shop or the scales? There you
That's
go.
it. That's
There you
it.
go. That's the equity
But
card.
that's the equity card. So Keys be pulling one of these out his wallet. Maybe his would be, we're gonna make his in gold.
That's right.
You see what I mean? So this is what I'm talking about. This is gonna set precedents of how us brothers and sisters can get together and we can do big business together. That's a beautiful thing. I
Yeah, it's
appreciate
time to
that.
make it happen.
It's
You know
time.
what I mean? The conversation got to change, y'all. It's time to make it
Yes.
happen. All
Yes.
right.
Appreciate you, brother. And
Indeed. Appreciate you.
and into the next round. Appreciate your family. Keep pushing. We are with you, and let's build. This is a. I was just thinking of a day. Silver Union. This is precious metal union. We're
That's
gonna
right. I
build
like
this
that.
thing. You're gonna
Yes, I
build this
like
thing,
that.
brother. All right.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you. All
All right,
right.
brother. Peace.
Peace now. All
All right
right.
now. Okay. So we're gonna keep the ball rolling. We're gonna keep the train moving and whatnot. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up the line and introduce the fam that's out there, the audience, to my good brother Stevie L. All right. And Stevie L has some he has some incentivized gifts for the people, right? He's gonna open up and talk to the fam about what he has access to. He's going to talk about these NFTs that he's working on, and we're going to take it from there. All right. All right. So, with any further ado, I want to open up the line for my good brother, Stevie L. Peace.
Peace, peace. Am I coming through clear?
You're coming through very clear. All right.
Amazing.
Very, very clear.
Absolutely. So, welcome. I'm here in Calabasas at the headquarters. Right now, I'm in the lobby. I'm super energized to share what we're working on here. Actually, the space I'm in is special as well. We'll talk about that a little more because one of the projects we have rolling out is that collaborative space for our businesses to come together and really flourish and work under one roof. So we have membership access to this space in Calabasas. We're reporting live right now. And I'm excited to speak about that. And before we dive into even some of the topics, again, man, I just want to shout out 19 Keys. I woke up this morning at 4 o'clock. I'm here in California on the West Coast. And man, I got the text. He sent me the text. I had to wake up and watch that historic moment that
Right,
unfolded
right.
for us. You know, that was major, because what he's actually doing for us business owners, our entrepreneurs, he's rolling it out, right? He laid the path, and now it's
Right.
for us to walk down that path, because we are here, we do exist. Our businesses are innovative, flourishing, and inclusive, right? We're
Definitely.
solid in the community, and that is the genesis and the basis of really what we're doing.
Right. And what's being shown is we need a voice, or we need voices, or we need people to speak on the reality that exists outside of the other realities that are being spoken of and are almost drowning us when
Yeah.
it comes to, you know, because the Breakfast Club is exactly what it sounds like. It's breakfast. You wake up to it. You don't
Yeah.
wake up and then you catch it and whatnot. When you wake up, it had already taken place. So whoever's driving to work, whoever's up early, whoever's, you know, focused, and they're like, yo, this is how I'm programming my day. The information that they receive for breakfast, what they eat in their mouth, but what they eat in their ears and their eyes is also going to dictate how they carry out not only their day, but their mission and their journey and whatnot. So it's very imperative that we are programming our minds with some real high level conversations, especially in the AM.
Yeah.
Okay. First
Absolutely.
and foremost, though, before we start this conversation, I don't want anybody to be question like, who is this brother? Who can you introduce yourself and let the audience know who you are?
Yeah, absolutely. I go by STVL. I'm Stephen Greer from Oakland, California. Right, I'm from that soil.
The
My
town.
mother's from Detroit. She moved out there in the '80s. Met my father out there and had me.
Right.
And my life started in East Oakland, and then we moved to the suburbs in Antioch. And I was able to just see how the gentrification really flipped everything, because we was the only
Right.
black family out there when we moved out there. And then when I was in high school, it was like, yo, what just happened? You know, it's like, yo,
It
okay.
happened quick. Yeah, it be happening quick.
It was like that. It was like that. But that
Mhm.
experience, it really connected me to my people, because I moved when I was 4 from the neighborhood to the suburbs, and I was disconnected, and I had to watch it through the TV. You know what I'm saying? And then it came to me. And then when I turned 22, I purchased some property in West Oakland, California. It was a duplex, the first property. My grandfather passed away, but
Right.
he left some resources, and the stipulations was I had to buy a property. I was 22. I wasn't thinking about buying a property. I was living on a boat at the time, actually, in
Indeed.
Emeryville Marina. And I was actually tired of living on a boat. And then I got the phone call, and I got into action, found a realtor, and we found that duplex. And that was an incredible experience. My business mind was really developed at that age. I was forced into it in a way, but lovingly through the family. And from there, we excelled. We kept going up. My background is music. I went to school, the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences in Phoenix, Arizona. I graduated there and immediately went to work with Raphael Sadiq in Los Angeles, North Hollywood, California, where I was a part of a Grammy-nominated project. The way I see it, I was there, and we built that from the ground up. And I saw how he operated his business from an artist's perspective. He owned that studio.
Right.
He showed me how to do it. He showed me to play.
And I've heard about Raphael Sadiq and is it Ryan? What's the brother's name?
Ryan,
Ryan that was on Bad Boy.
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, lost his laptop.
Oh, Ryan Leslie.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I've heard about the way that the brother Raphael Sadiq was a great businessman, especially when he became independent. But please continue.
Absolutely. So when I linked up with him, he was full-fledged in that independence, going through Tony. I grew up listening to him. His sister's my godmother as well. So I grew up watching him as a musician. He inspired me to be a musician. I sing, I write, I produce, I do everything I'm trying to be just like him. You know what I mean? Take it to that next level. And I soaked it up. Man, I got to just see a lot of artists come through. Solange came through, Nas came through. This is 2007, by the way. I remember, let me tell a quick story. This was crazy. I'm the intern at this point, boom, and then we got paid, and I was the runner, so I was making it happen. You feel me? And the first thing I did when I got into the property and to the opportunity, I noticed that there was still tape on the ceiling, the blue tape, because they painted. And I guess, they didn't take it. I took all of that down. We got to get right. They noticed that, you feel me? And I established that level of trust with them, because they could trust that I had an eye for what needed to be done and didn't have to tell me nothing.
Right.
You know, absolutely. So, but I was on the couch as a runner, an intern. You know, those the audience who've been in that position. You know, sometimes there's a lot of downtime. So I'm just chilling, watching this. It was the Sacramento Kings were playing whoever they were playing. Chris Webber was still on the team back then. I'm watching it. The game end. An hour later, Chris Webber walked through the front door, still in the jersey. I'm like, yo, what is? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing here? Then later down the line, I found out he's heavily into the music industry as well. But this was back then. So I saw that. Then boom, I moved from LA after that internship ended to Oakland, California, and established Studio 92 Music with my family out there, which was a recording studio. And really what knocked it out the park was the after school program that we had there, Youth for Peace. And we had the kids coming from the neighborhood, and it was literally learn how to make a song from scratch. I'm at the computer, they were on my shoulder, and we built it from the ground up, every single song, all 8 songs. They saw how to record, how to open file, new, hit record. This is what an EQ is. We did the whole thing, bro. And it was fire. It was so successful that they got invited out to President Obama's inauguration in 2009.
Indeed.
That's how successful that after school program was. And the curriculum was very hyper super laser focused on just getting to it. Let's show them how to do it. You feel me? And a lot of those students who went through there are doing great things in the music industry now. And it's cool just to see it, be a part of that. And from there, moving around, I got into event production.
Real quick, I don't want to cut your wisdom, but we need to fast track on how did you get into Web 3.0?
Let's go there.
Web 3.
Boom. 2017, we'll go there, right? And the first article I'd ever seen, it was about how blockchain was going to change the music industry. I hadn't even known about Bitcoin. Like, I didn't know about it. I learned about this article, introduced me to that whole world.
Onboarded you.
Yeah, about how blockchain was going to change.
That happens.
Yeah. So I read it, I soaked it up, and I started formulating business models back then. But I didn't have the technical skills to build the product yet. But I had the business model, and I just sat on it and waited for the moment to come. And here we are with NFTs. And now I'm able to bring that product to the marketplace. And what I'm really excited to bring to the marketplace in that Web 3.0 marketplace is going to be our NFT music player. So I noticed the problem. I'll tell you the problem. I dropped my album at the beginning of the year. And the first thing, obviously, the first album I ever dropped, and I immediately, how do I sell more of these? I'm like, I need an NFT. So let's go to the platform. So I'm looking, and I just needed people to be able to play the music. You know what I mean? Like, I know you can make an NFT, but like people want to play it in a player. So I'm like, they got to be out there, right? They got to be. So I'm finding people who are saying they're going to do it, but nothing had dropped yet. And to the point where it's like, I got this NFT out. People got to be able to play this. So we immediately began to build that. And that's what we're doing right now. The player is really, really close to being done. The first NFT I dropped it's called Celebrate, my song Celebrate. And that NFT is a skeleton NFT that is going to give you access, whoever owns it, to a lot of the programs and a lot of the projects that are coming in this community that we're a part of. Red, you've been in those calls. I mean, we have powerful calls, and these aren't just calls that are intellectually stimulating, but they also, we build, we work, and at the end of these calls,
we work for real.
Yeah,
we're putting in a lot of work.
Yeah, we're moving forward. So Celebrate that NFT. I got 300 left. It was 1,000. There's 300 left. We want to sell those out ASAP, right? And we have a special giveaway. Actually, we're going to give away 5 right now. These are the skeleton keys. Again, Red, we're going to have more conversations. So that, we only got a small amount of time. I just wanted to introduce myself, really kind of give an overview. But when we really roll out and get more specific on the projects we're working on, but I just give you a taste of it, right? One of the initiatives is to plant 1 billion trees with drone technology. Okay, we have a 15-year plan with that. It's going to be backed equity program where those trees will be able to borrow against it using cryptocurrency over that 15-year to build that community. We also talked about justice reform, utilizing crypto and the voting mechanisms that come on the blockchain to really free our brothers and sisters that are behind bars and bring them resources, utilizing this technology. And of course, that NFT player, which is going to revolutionize the music industry, allowing artists to mint, sell, and buy and trade their NFTs and play. We have a customizable, let's just say we're bringing back MySpace in a way. We're a customizable music player that have skins that are NFTs. So you can have a boombox, you can have a vinyl player, you can make it what you want it to be and listen to the music and earn passive income for the listeners. They're going to just earn for listening. We have that built in to the system, right? And again, I can go a lot deeper, but we're just going to, like you said, kind of just give them that overview, and we'll go a little deeper.
Real quick, when you speak about the MP3 player, right?
The NFT player.
Well, the NFT player that will double as an MP3 player, or is just an NFT player?
Well,
is that the terminology to use for it?
Well, actually, and I'm glad you brought that up. What we're developing is our new file extension. It will no longer be the MP3 that'll be dominant, but it'll be the .ass. I know that's .as, but you know it stands for you know what it stands for. We have a new file format coming. It's proprietary file, meaning you own that file. That's your NFT, and you can play it in our player. It'll be on your computer. It'll be on your cold wallet. It'll be where you need it to be, and you're going to be able to earn rewards from listening to that. And there also is again, it's deep, and I would love to go deeper into it. But the problem that we're solving is we're creating an opportunity for artists to empower their fans and listeners with the NFT. So the artist makes money, and the artists make and the fans make money as well. For example, my NFT is 1,000 of them. It's 1,000. So I have 300 left, right? And we haven't even cracked the surface yet as far as the promotions. The demand is going to be through the roof. And guess what? I already sold it. I got my money. So everyone who wants to listen to the music from now on is going to have to buy from those original supporters. And that's how we begin to build this economy, using our talents, using our skills, and the NFT technology and blockchain technology to create wealth. Like the play is there. It's super detailed. Red, you see how we get down. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the audience don't even really know how we get down. It's on another level. We're world building here. Okay, we're building worlds, and we're starting from, again, our talents. And the music is healing, and we know how to maximize that. And it goes from the music to those physical properties that we're also building as well.
Right. So, the spot that you're in right now in Calabasas, can you talk to the audience? Especially, I had everybody that's in California put a fire emoji in the chat, and I think I counted about 30 to 40 people. Did you see that?
Yeah, well, I'm on the phone right now. The chat's
oh, you in it? Okay,
through.
No problem. Well, there's a lot of people in the building from Cali, Khalifa. So I want you to let them know what is available, what's available to them.
Absolutely. So we have the NFT office membership package coming. We're dropping that soon, and that'll give you access to this headquarters in Calabasas. We have private office suites. We have the boardroom here. We have private chit chat rooms. We have a large workspace. I'm on the mobile. Maybe I'll even show them a little more of the lobby. This is the lobby I'm in, but the workspace is back there, right? So you'll have access to be able to utilize this space for your business address as well. And on top of that, there's a lot of amazing companies that work here right now. It's an incubator. It's an incubator for ideas and networking. There's people who are looking to invest in companies, and there's software engineers available. So what we want to do is bring our talents under one roof. Okay.
Right.
We have to. It's imperative, and that's what this space is. So the NFT will allow you access. It's your key card. And you'll be a part of our team, and you'll have access to our projects and be the first. We'll be able to whitelist you on all of our projects. So that's huge right there. Again, to be the first to get. Like I said, there's several NFT projects in the work. Like he lets you guys know it's coming. You know what I mean? Like that's why he made it easy for us. I just got to let you reassure the people know we're coming and we have it. You know what I'm saying? Right. We got the businesses that are going to create a quadrillion, dollar industry. But even starting off right now, we have at least $3 billion models that are operational and ready to go. At this point, we're just solidifying the team. That's the cause that we're on, and assigning roles and responsibilities, which is huge. And then at that point, once we have that established, we'll be in a great position to create jobs and build more entrepreneurs, specifically working with our youth as well.
Right. Beautiful, man. Hold on.
There it is. Come on now. Hey. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, but what I want to say as well is the NFT that I have right now, Celebrate, is the skeleton. Essentially, what we have right now is it's kind of going back to the days where CDs, like we were talking about, like you were saying earlier, CDs and tapes, right?
Right.
It was easier business model there for the industry because it was a physical product, right? You
Right.
feel me? Like I can go press up 1,000 CDs. You feel me? It's $5 a piece. I'm finna go hustle.
Right.
How do you hustle a stream? I can't. You can, but you got to get on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and do a lot of content just to get the. You feel me, man? We back to the block. You feel me with this NFT? I got 1,000 of them right now. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? Like you'll be able to play that. And when I sell it to the first, it's like first and that secondary market, right? I keep it low. We keep it low. It's the new model. It's not $1,000 NFT. This is a $5 NFT for the song.
Low floor.
It's a low floor. And then now you buy that, now you sell it for 10. Because look at it, simple math, supply and demand. There's 1,000 of them, right? But there's 2,000 people who want to hear the song. Guess what's gonna happen? Okay, they
Supply and
gonna have
demand.
this supply and demand. So you bought it for 5, and you listen to it and you love it, but maybe it's like it's cool, but somebody want to give me 10 for it. And guess what? You bought 10 of them. You didn't even just buy one.
You bought 10, right?
So I'm saying I got 300 left. People is buying them, and I'm giving away in bundles of 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because that's the business model. So when we run it up, and that's why it's important. Everybody on this call right now, when we run it up, get yours. I guarantee this music is off the chain. Celebrate it if you know you made it. Let me hear you. Look, and how you gonna hold me down if you ain't up? We really get into it. Told me you got it, but can't offer none. Been down a minute, now we out the mud. Took it and flipped it, now they know what's up. From nothing. Come on, we go in. Like, this is just the first song. The album is out of this world, out the mud.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? So not only do we have the businesses, the mindset, the ingenuity, the resources, we have the talent as well, and we're here. There is no trying. That word is completely gone from my vocabulary. We doing it. I'm doing it, bro. I've been doing it. We've been doing it. It just took a matter of time for the technology to catch up with us so that we could bring it to market. But it's here. So we're energized. I had a conversation with Kanye West, and he told me we don't get excited no more. He said that's done. Excitement is what they use to distract you. We get energized. Feel me? So
to this day,
and we get enthusiastic.
To this day,
yeah, enthusiastic.
He said when black people got excited, they got tricked. That's how they caught you in a trick bag, by making you excited, and they bamboozled you and hoodwinked you.
Yeah.
It's about getting energized. What does energized mean? You charged up. And when somebody's charged up, what do? They electrify things and magnetize them. So either you get on your job or you just electrify somebody who's on their job, and you tap in, and there's currency in the current, but there's also charge as well. So it'll get you to get up and do something. So the artists that are out there, real quick, could we do this? I don't want to flood your mailbox and whatnot, because I got a large audience, but I know that for your project, you said that you're looking for a specific niche of artists for your NFT when the NFT player comes out, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just imagine, you know how they got the freshman cover, right? Where it has, so we're doing that. It's
like the double XL freshman cover, you say?
Exactly. It's that style where we have those select artists. We're gonna bring those artists together to be 10 artists, and it's gonna be a competition based off of the metrics: how many NFTs you sell, how many plays your NFT gets, how long are people holding your NFT, what is the floor volume, right? And based off of those metrics, which are way more transparent than the Billboard. You can't even, we don't know nothing. They bundling shirts with the streams, and you get what is this? You feel me? Like, how can we know? Everybody go platinum, everybody doing $1 billion. Like, confused. I'm confused, right? So our system, right, will be able to really, really have that transparent feature, so people know who's actually getting what and doing what in the music world. So that's that competition. So we have our own charts coming. Billboard will be obsolete when that aspect of it is done. That is down the line on our time frame, but that is coming, and it'll be all transparent. And what we're looking for, like you said, for the artists, we're launching this with hip hop and R&B artists, EDM artists, lo-fi producers, Afro-pop artists, and Afrobeat artists.
What's the difference between Afro pop and Afro beat?
Personally, I like it's so varied. I don't know really. Like some of the Afro beats sound like Afro pop. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the distinction is entirely, but I have known just from listening to Afro beats tend to be there's more elements in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's more elements, a lot more live. But even with the Afro pop, but it's pop, so they kind of it seems like there's a lot more removed from it.
Yeah.
And it's more catchy. You know what I mean? It's super catchy. Number one, not number two. That I love that song.
Right.
Dope Boy. And the hook is so pleasant. It's number one, you're not number two. Like we get it. Like,
Right. Yeah. They do a lot of feel good music for the divine feminine. Like the African men are singing to their women, and you can feel the love in it. You know what I mean? It's like they're not aggressively getting at them.
Yeah.
They're celebrating them. Destiny wants to know, do you need a following to be successful in the music NFT space?
You do need you need people who are going to support you. Absolutely. Now, the difference is you don't need 1 million people to support you as the traditional model is right now. If you're a huge artist, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not making anything on the stream, you do need to have a billion streams to get some good money, which means millions of people, right? Here with this model, again, you make 2,000 NFTs. Let's just say 10,000 NFTs, right? You have 10 songs on your album. Each song has 1,000 NFTs, 10,000 NFTs. You're selling them for $5 a piece. I want you guys to do that math, okay? $5 for 10,000, right? And so you have actually a community of just 20,000 people who support you. You're gonna sell out,
right?
Immediately. So 20,000. So we focus on 20,000 versus I got to be known everywhere. We can hyper focus, get that. We can build that community through the Discord and the tools we have, and they exist already. People are doing it easily for just stuff that has no value at all, just because they can create a Discord and get 20,000 people in there, just all sending memes around, right? So it's absolutely happening and impossible for you to have a following of just 20,000 supporters and you to be able to sell out that NFT every time you drop, because the music is quality. It's back to the quality. Like the reason why people buy it and someone has it, someone to sell to, is because it's good and somebody wants to listen to it. Period. Right. If you got trash, the person might buy it from you, but ain't gonna have nobody to sell it to. Nobody want to hear that.
Right. So quality is back.
Quality is back.
Beautiful,
it's the virtual.
beautiful.
It's a virtual physical product in a way. You know what I mean? You can trap it. You can trap that NFT like you were the CDs and at the trunk of your car.
Where could a family find your NFT so we could shop with you?
Yeah, OpenSea. I'm on OpenSea right now while we're building that platform in the future. But currently we're on OpenSea, STVL. You can just type that in. OpenSea, you'll see my profile. I have that NFT Celebrate available right now. You want to get it. There's only 300 left. It's $5. You want to get more than one. I'm telling you. Get it now. Let's sell that out. Let's sell those 300 out. And then I got 8 more drops coming. And every one is going to be bigger than the next. But this initial sale right here, the money from that, once we sell these last 300, that'll be about $1,600 that comes in. Feel me? We're going right back and getting ready for the next, and everyone's going to be bigger, and we're really going to be able to create this economy, and we're going to make money together.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what's up, my brother. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's definitely what is up. You got your mind together. You got your mind right. I just, I already know I know what you're capable of, but I definitely want my audience to, I want them to become familiar with what it is that you do, what you have to offer. It makes no sense to have so much to offer and, the people get cheated out of it by not even knowing it exists. So I'm gonna sleep comfortably tonight knowing that in the early stages of NFTs in the music space, we highlighted one of the geniuses, because I talked about that on the last show. Kanye's documentary gave permission for Black men who are struggling with their all kind of situations, mental health, financial health, spiritual health, their images, their purpose. and amongst other things, there's mad obstacles. But when we saw the documentary that showed us what self-determination really looks like, and what self-realization really looks like, and what support from your loved ones really look like, and what believing in yourself so much that you're laser focused and you are determined to become the greater version of yourself, regardless of what anybody says. They don't even gotta listen to you. If you listening to yourself, if you feel it, if you feel it, if you feeling yourself and you know what it is, then that's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And the fact that we're in a new epoch or a new day and time where we can add value back to the artists whose value was going away because they were just giving away your music for free and bootlegging you and counterfeiting you. And then if you had to go into the music industry, they were setting you up with a contract that would bind you for life and give you 0.00001 penny for your streams. Nah, we got here to disrupt.
Yeah.
And disrupt we must.
Yeah.
You know, and we are the disruptors. So I want to give thanks, my brother, once again. Let the family know where they can find you on the socials. People were asking about that earlier. And also, one more again, let them know where they can find your NFT. I believe it's Out the Mud too, right?
Yeah, it's Out the Mud is the collection. So again, the collection is now the new album, right? They tried to do it with the playlist back in the day, but it didn't make any sense. I don't want to just do something just to do it. It got to make sense, right? But this is a real reason why we don't really, we're leaning more towards calling it a collection, right? And now the album doesn't come out at once anymore. It comes out in drops. And then once all of the songs have dropped on the album, that collection is complete.
Right.
Okay? And you may not even get every song in that collection if you don't move fast enough. So if you have that full album, that full collection, that's going to be worth a lot more than maybe you are only able to get a few songs. And again, if you don't purchase the NFT, you will still be able to listen to the music. You know, you just won't gain from the resale and the royalties, but you will still be able to listen to the music and still be able to earn either cryptocurrencies or NFTs just for listening. It's a tier system. You're rewarded milestones. You reach 1,000 plays, boom, we got you. You reach 10,000 as an even bigger reward with that ability to now engage in these yacht parties that we have. One of the developers, he's a yacht builder by trade out of South Africa. And we've collaborated with these companies, his company, our company now. And we're going to bring that yacht entertainment. And his platform is amazing because not everybody can afford a $2 million yacht that he's building, but you can own a part of it through the NFT. And either you can collect residuals as that yacht is chartered out, or it's almost like a timeshare, right? Where you can get that yacht as well and be able to host your listening events on that yacht and release your NFTs on that yacht. These are livable yachts.
Right. Because it's important. Yeah, it's important to form a network and to form your following in the metaverse or the metaverse, which is in virtual, but it has to translate in the real world as well. So when we do these rollouts, when we have these events, when we're asserting our genius and whatnot, it's only right that we do it in the finest of luxury in the terrestrial plane, because we're out here mastering the virtual plane. And by mastering, as you can see, I don't have to sell it to you. It's in plain sight. For the people who are early adapters that mastered the virtual plane or the virtual playing field, they in the real world playing big balls. You know what I'm talking about? They playing right now.
Every time.
They playing right now. They playing whale hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me give them those socials too. Instagram, STVL Music. Twitter, STVL Music. And then even in that Instagram in my bio, that's going to link you to the website, right? And the NFTs on the website.
Pardon me, you said STDL?
STVL.
Like Saturday, Tuesday, Derek Larry?
Saturday, Tuesday, Volume Larry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Music, MUSIC?
Yep, music, regular MUSIC. That's Instagram. Tap in with me there and go look. You can see what we've been working on as far as the music, and can get to know me more through those videos and images. I speak about some of the songs and how we made the album, like celebrate that song. Me and my son made that. He was 6 months old at the time, and he was sitting in my lap. And at that time, I didn't even have the full keyboard. I was on the ABC playing the piano. He was sitting in my lap, and I played the piano, and he started crying. And I thought it was funny. I'm like, you don't like that. So I played it different. He started laughing. So I kept it. Boom, I go to the bass. Same thing. I start playing it. He started crying. And I said, let me switch it up. So I did the whole beat like that. If he didn't like it, he would cry. If he liked it, he would laugh. And we made that amazing song. And now I'm getting the reviews out of this world. People are coming in. My kids love that song. I performed one time. The girls, the little girls came from nowhere. They was making up dances. I felt like Beyonce. I ain't gonna lie. They made me feel real good because the youth came out, and you know what I'm saying. It was the little kids. It didn't matter. You feel me? Like that's all I needed. I just want to see them have fun, and they was with it. You feel me? So tap in on the Instagram, and then the website is stvlmusic.com. But you can go to the Instagram and just go through the link. The NFTs on the website. Got the blog too that explains what we're doing as well. Read that, study that, give me some feedback as well, because I know you got questions, and I got the answer every time. You feel me?
Indeed,
so tap
indeed.
in.
Before I let you go, I want everybody to know that if you want to see and hear more of this young brother and other young brothers who are making power moves, make sure that you sign up for the Discord. I almost forgot to plug that. Great. But the Metaverse Discord, if Little Goddess or a lot of goddesses in the building, I'm gonna have her drop some links, or if Destiny could get her hands on the links, I'd appreciate that. But go if you don't get the link in the chat, do yourself a favor, go over to Discord and put Metaverse in there, and you will be able to join the Metaverse Discord, the server. Yes, sir.
And one last thing, too, I want to shout out Now Meta.
Shout out to Now Meta in the building. Legends.
Shout out to Now Meta, and let's drop that link because Yahoo Finance covered Now Meta. So I want you guys.
Wait, hold on. Say that again because the bomb went off.
Yeah, there's an incredible article by Yahoo Finance on Now Meta, and what that project entails. Again, these are our Black businesses. We've arrived. We're here. You know what I'm saying? So the conversation, it must change. It's no longer we need more of this, we need more of that. I mean, I guess we can always have more, but let's focus on what is here. Okay.
Hey, let's focus on what's in front of us instead of talking about. We got a lot in front of us. We got a lot on our plate. We got a whole warehouse full of tools to just play and tweak. We didn't even put batteries in the race car yet. Mm-hmm. We didn't put batteries in the drone. We didn't even fly the drone yet. So let's work on the resources and the tools that are available to us right now. And let's see what we could tweak with the scientists, the engineers, the coders, the hackers, the builders, and the destroyers amongst us. And we have another guest coming up in the building who is amongst the ilk of the engineers and the high level conversation scientists, the ones who will be responsible for taking the ideas and the concepts and the formulas and formulating them into intellectual property, formulating them into algorithms that will solve problems, formulating them into any type of disruptors that's needed to shake up multiple industries and sectors in real time. And that brother is our good brother, Alkebulan44. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to open up the door for the God to step through so we can make our special announcement about our upcoming lecture this month to feed the family that metaphysical 7-course meal. All right. So my good brother, I want to thank you for tapping in. You did very good. You know what I mean? I know how it could be sometimes when them cameras on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as a
we've
first time,
we've been building Red, and I'm so comfortable with you. It's really, that's what I don't even see the comments. Really, I'm just chopping it up with you.
No doubt. That's what it is. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. We just kicking it and we have the capabilities of allowing a few hundred people to be in the audience and to just hear us and to watch us as we chop it up, because that's what we're doing. And we have more that's coming down the pipeline. Like I said, join the Discord. You will be introduced to a multitude of people who are making moves. And we will be seeing Brother Steve again when we get that NFT player ready. And also when we roll out that new Red Pillar and the Twin Pillar projects, because those are going to be exclusively powered and sponsored by the NFT players as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate everybody allowing me this platform. You know what I'm saying? I've been working hard my whole life, and I'm ready. I was born for this. You feel me? And I just want to make myself available for the world, and put my skills to use, and let's build it. I know what to do. For me, just ask.
Yes. Getting a lot of love in the chat too.
So,
Yeah, I'm talking about getting a lot of love in the chat. They say thank you for your bars, thank you for your plate of food, thank you for your contribution, and
absolutely.
yeah, that's what
We
it
gotta.
is, man.
And before I go here, we gotta have another one. Man, I got an incredible Kanye West story. I met him. I was with him the week before his Donda project came out every single day. And I have an incredible story that I'm ready to share. I haven't really told it publicly yet, but the dust is cleared now, and I feel comfortable enough to share this story. It's very inspirational, and the world needs to hear it.
All right, well, we're gonna set it up so we'll share the Kanye story. The brother that I'm about to bring on right now, him and Blue Pillar are authors of a disruptor in the they're disruptors in the book industry. When they release the book that they've been writing together, it's going to turn the book industry upside down in a good way. You know what I mean? So they've been highlighting. I read about 2 chapters on Kanye West that these two brothers put together. And when I say, and this is before the release of Donda, this is before his reentry into public eye on this current run that he's on and whatnot, or this current demonstration of his powers. But I'm sure that your story and the story that they've been able to craft will kind of go in alignment with each other. So let's definitely talk about something coming up in the near future where you're able to share your experiences with the family.
Absolutely, appreciate you. God bless you and everyone
Yes,
else.
sir.
For me, and we're gonna tap back in.
Peace to the God. All right.
Yeah.
Salute. All right. So yes, family, peace to the young God. I appreciate his demonstration. We're going to keep the train going. We're going to keep the plane flying, and we're going to keep the saucering. So without any further ado, I want to open up the floor for our good brother. You already know who it is. This brother needs no introduction. He's been on this platform multiple times. He also did a workshop that was one of our most attended workshops with Blue Pillar. Recently. So without any further ado, I want to bring on to the floor our good brother Alkebulan. Peace.
To this day.
Peace, family.
Okay, peace to the fan. I see you with the ancient. Yeah, that's some drip right there.
Yeah, no. Shout out to the family, ancient homage.
Ancient. I put that hoodie on. Y'all could go into my archives, my G. That might have been the most worn. I was wearing that like a wearable.
Yo, I'm trying to take it easy, but
Nah, it feel good. Whatever cotton they got, right. That's not cotton that was picked by some by slave hands. No problem. I'm not really saying it like that, but right. That's some soft ass cotton. That shit feel good. I was wearing that like a superhero uniform.
Look, yeah.
My wiz was like, when you gonna take that off?
Bro, I'm impressed.
Embroidery, yeah.
The detail, and they put so much into it
They put a lot into it, right?
Yeah, so
I'm big on detail. They put a lot into it.
Yeah, so whenever I get a chance to support the brothers, I got to do it. So, yeah, shout out to Ancient Homage. But yeah, man, how you doing, Red?
Man, I'm lit right now. I was in the studio earlier with my brother Source Guard. I seen Blue Pillar. Wavy Crockett is back in Atlanta for a minute. You feel me? I saw my brother Human. Then tonight I had on some. Had my brother NKiru out in Brazil. Then I had this young brother Stevie. He's in Calabasas, and he's lit. He's doing big things. So I saw my brother 19 Keys on the Breakfast Club this morning. That was a good plate right there. So I'm just, I'm exuberant. I don't use passionate anymore because it was brought to my attention that passion means suffering, and passion also denotes anger and whatnot. So I was like, nah, I ain't suffering and I'm not angry. So I'm enthusiastic. That's my new word, enthusiastic.
Right. To the family, with the wordplay.
Hold on, you might have to say that again because the bombs was clouding you out.
On off. Yeah. No, I was saying the wordplay is important. Enthusiasm. The etymology of the word enthusiasm means possessed by a god. You know what I'm saying? So I always give the example, like when you seeing these numbers and the synchronicity in your life and you get excited, you see the number 22 or just whatever number you see and you get, oh shit, the number 22 is there for me. That enthusiasm really physiologically changes the body to set you up at a specific resonance to continue to attract that number. So it's your enthusiasm that's tapping you in. A very simple superpower that's right there that we have available to us. So that's why we gotta, not only understand the, verbiage that we use, but these words are verbs in and of themselves. So when we use
itself,
right. So yeah. That's important to know.
Yeah, I'm fixing up my vocabulary or my etymology, my etymon, and my lexicon. I'm very adamant about upgrading it and beginning to just switch out some of the words that I've been utilizing that that I'm learning are words that have been spell cast. So I'm being more responsible towards that. So enthusiasm is my new. I'm not jacking passion no more. Passion is dead for me. It's enthusiasm all the way. I'm not excited because, like in the Kanye West said, when they excited us, they tricked us.
They tricked us.
Black people get too excited, damn near as it is. We some excito. What's that? The excito.
Yeah, I know where you're going with it. Yeah, we get stimulated really easy
because really we are a people who are slaves to stimuli. Blue Pill breaks that down. And Edward Bernays in the Century of Self documentary highlighted the fact that he was going to use stimulation, you know what I mean, or the art of stimuli by stimulating our lower selves. By stimulating our sacral chakras, you know what I mean? By stimulating our passions, our suffrage, trauma bonding, and stuff like that. By stimulating, some of the things that were taboo, like having women in bikinis smoking cigarettes to sell cigarettes, having women in bikinis with fake boobs selling beer, and they don't have no beer belly.
Right. Yeah, they get us in our trick bag, but at the same time, like we said, we gotta understand that stimulation can come by way of stimulating the interest of the encoded information that's stored within the DNA, and thus bring it to the conscious mind. So when I wear a drip like this, when you see iconography like this is symbols to represent you. So when you see stuff like this is here to stimulate that ancient information that's encoded within the DNA and thus bring it to the conscious mind. So we got to start, gearing our minds to a specific trajectory that's going to lead us to the quote unquote promised land. But again, that's by way of starting with perception, perceiving and seeing things the way they really represent themselves. So, stimuli can come from food, stimuli can come from music, but also stimuli can come by way of changing the way we view things. Stress itself is a perception that an individual decides to have about an experience, right? So we don't have to relay stress to any experience that's undesirable to us. We can flip the script, look at it a completely different way, physiologically change the body. So that way, again, you set up a specific resonance to attract the reality that you want to. We've been talking about technology, right? But again, you can't say technology without saying knowledge. Everything is in reference to knowledge itself. So when you know what the highest form of technology and how it operates in reference to your body, if you know how that operates, again, you got the universe right on the tip of your nose because you can tap in at will. And I always speak about this. We're going to talk about it more I know me and Red is putting together something for, really monumental for the family here this month. Very high metaphysical, scientific language that we're going to be speaking. And I've always praised the fact that it's pivotal for us to start pushing the needle forward when it comes to this teaching. Because we get in the mix of just kind of regurgitating information, and we get comfortable with doing that.
Yes, we do.
Up on platforms and I speak a specific way, and even words that people may not understand, because I'm pushing the needle forward. We got to start being uncomfortable with the information, so that way we can do our due diligence, dive into the information, extrapolate the lesson from it, but not only that, have our own symbiotic relationship to the information. That way it'll affect our reality the way that we perceive it to be. So we're going to go heavy into, some science and, some things that I think the family will definitely not think, but I know the family will definitely benefit from, in 2022. So.
Oh man, it's so much stuff going on just in the realms of, because keep in mind, when there's war taking place, especially physical war, like in this this conflict with the Ukraine and Russia, there's always these funnels of all kind of scientific news that is going on underneath the radar, while distraction has people looking this way. And it's almost the same thing that you saw take place with the quote unquote war against the invisible enemy, which the biological the bioweapon war. There was so many news stories, there was so many revelations, there was so much activity in the heavens and whatnot, and so many things were developed during that window of 2 years and whatnot in the technical field. There was so many archaeological discoveries. So there's a plethora of news articles that are floating around. There's a plethora of future projects that are being reported by the media that are going to be rolling out. However, we do know one of the tricks of the media is to kind of like we saw in the movie Inception, they plant these ideas into the subconscious of the people, and it's almost as if we create this reality, or we give birth to the product, or we help it to roll out and whatnot. It only really begins as an idea, a well written, well scripted, and heavily pushed idea by a collective of people who have platforms bigger than than many of us have.
That's a fact, and that's what we got to be careful of, because again, they're embedding images in the subconscious. We got to remember that, we're living a real life prophecy. The people who are on the walls have came off the walls in Kemet, and we're here in real time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to adhere to. We got to adhere to nature, which is, again, aside from the body, the highest form of technology in existence. We got to start learning how to work with nature. We got to start learning how to identify when we see certain things in the news, not to be bamboozled, because life is beautiful right now. We are in the age of, what they call Aquarius, which is the age of knowing. So you got to take that literal. You got to know that tomorrow is going to be an amazing day. You got to know that your dreams into fruition, right? You got to know that you're gonna be financially comfortable in a year or 2 years, or however you want to play it, but it's your world that you can manipulate at will. You see, but again, when you're getting cast into these certain rituals through the news and through certain things that's happening with wars and propaganda, again, it's being embedded within the subconscious, and then we begin to project that reality. See, they got to capture the minds of the gods to create a reality that's more conducive for them to exist in. But at the end of the day, we're in the age of knowing. It's a level of confidence that you got to imbue upon yourself, and really know that you can will this shit into existence, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? So that's
perfect example.
Yeah.
That I would use. I don't mean to cut your wisdom, brother.
No, you good.
But the perfect example that I would utilize to share or to show and to demonstrate that we are in the age of knowing is the conflict that many people just were victorious against. And that was to get the Jabberwocky, right? And that was to volunteer your part, your temple, and to receive what was known as some very foreign agents and technology that you may have no idea whatsoever of. So people were kind of like they unwittingly and unsuspectingly offered themselves up based off of the fact that they did not know. And those that did know was like, God damn it, I know enough, and I know enough to know that that's a no. That's not a yes. That's a no. I want to hold on to this no until the last day. And they persevered, and now look at it. The mandates are being lifted. They're rolling shit back. Putin P popped up and pushed away the pandemic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those tanks rolled into Ukraine and the pandemic went on the run.
Absolutely.
So for the people who are able to hold out,
you guys are legends. That's legendary. You know what I'm saying? That's legendary. And I think people need to like really hone in on that. You guys,
resistance.
right? That resistance. You guys held, your ground, when the world was completely collapsing, because it's easy to, follow suit, on what everybody's doing. But again, you individuals who are successful at saying no, right? Again, are going to be the people that are going to be written in the history books 20, 30,000 years from now, to be able to look back, and your kids to be able to say, well, damn, my daddy, withheld from, falling victim to, the sorcery and the witchcraft that was taking place, with these that we call the priesthood or the government, they stood their ground. So I think it's necessary to applaud each other and really, understand that we really did something that was very monumental. We shift the paradigm just from the level of resistance that we carried about ourselves. So that should definitely be recognized for sure.
I feel that grace and favor should be bestowed upon the people who were resistance, who will go down in history as winning the battle, if not the war. If there's more battles that could come along as a result of this battle, at least you know what it's going to take, right? At least you know what it looks like and what it feels like, the level of sacrifice that had to be made in this battle.
That's a
For
fact.
individuals to say, you know what, I'm gonna just cut the ties. Then you guess what? You know what? All right, then I'm gonna leave this house if that's what it takes. But I'm gonna hold the line. So yeah, I do feel that a level of confidence should visit everyone who looks in the mirror at themselves in the morning. And although you did not receive the Purple Heart medal and whatnot, although somebody may not come to your house, knock on the door, and fold a flag in front of you and be like, you bodied this shit, just toe the line, reward yourself, self-love, buy yourself some flowers, take yourself out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just, if that's what you need, you know what I mean? If you need that pat on the back, just be patient, it's coming and whatnot. But in the meantime, between time, really don't become arrogant with it. If you rub it into people's face, then you lose that's when the reward goes away. It's not how this thing is done. That's not how this thing is done. This thing is done by preparing yourself for this next wave of propaganda and attack.
That's
right.
A fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because you already know they're gonna come with something else to counteract what's already prophesied, right?
Right.
Again, the lecture that we're going to have is about high level, science and really how to utilize the gifts that we naturally have to really, make things happen in real time. So we're talking about self-care, confidence, self-empowerment. Those who follow me know that I demonstrate a level of godship in real time. And we'll talk about it during the lecture, but it's through colors and numbers. And the color that's right now is the color pink. Pink deals with the return of the matriarch. And what I mean by that specifically is recognizing the feminine principle. That's self-care, that's self-imbued love, that's, you know, self-empowerment, that's taking care of self, buying yourself flowers, congratulating yourself, looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? I love you. You know, it deals with a level of empowerment for yourself. So, you know, that's the universal algorithm that's playing out in real time right now. And again, what I do is take the algorithm, crystallize it to a point where you can physically see it, and then individuals can internalize it within their personal experience and thus open up supernatural doors. You know what I'm saying? So it's following cosmic law. And during the lecture, I'll speak more about that. But again, I want individuals and people in the family to know that, you know, we are diving into some very interesting times. And, you know, it may look ugly on the surface, but in actuality, the planet itself, its trajectory is moving closer to these higher star systems and making the environment very electrostatic. And when that happens, you know, it stimulates, you know, codons, you know, that begin to speak to the DNA, and the sequence begins to switch up. So, you know, when you find yourself going outside and putting your feet in the grass as opposed to sitting there watching TV, or when you find yourself eating healthier as opposed to going and getting that same, you know, sandwich or whatever you eat, meat. When you find yourself, you know, sitting there going through a 2-3 hour lecture and you have the mental capacity to be able to do it, trust and believe that something is happening internally with you to allow you to do some of these things.
That's a fact.
Again, just the small little hiccups, you know, within this matrix that you got to bear witness to. And that level of enthusiasm that you have for yourself is, again, going to allow nature to create synchronicity in your life to where it'll bring you full circle and make things make sense for you. So just trust and believe the process and understand that we're all on a journey together, right? And we win at the end of the day, but we just need to sit back in the driver's seat, play the observers in our movie, and again, bear witness to, you know, these characters that we deem, you know, who we are, and you know, watch this thing play out. But it's a victory at the end of the day. So,
two things real quick for the family that's out there and the audience, for the listeners. If anybody's interested in attending a lecture by my good brother Alkebulan, I'm looking at maybe the spring equinox so we could start the new year on the right note. I want to get this thing up and right. I feel like this brother is a good ambassador based off of the fact that he is tapped into the cosmos to even bring in this new year, to inaugurate this new year, to be the quote unquote grand ambassador for this new year. I want to ring it in with pure high level conversations and the science that this brother brings. Yeah, let me see the fire emoji in the chat. I need to take the temperature of y'all out there. And also a question they wanted to know, when is the fast? When are you going to do the God body fast again?
you know, so right now we're looking at March 10th. It'll definitely be this year, or not this year. It'll definitely be this month.
Okay.
You know, so look out for you know, an announcement here soon, you know, very soon. And again, we're coming upon the spring equinox. So, you know, that might be a small little hint for you. The goal is to always follow the trajectory of the sun, right? This is the heroic story.
Right. Hero's
So,
journey.
the hero's journey. So we got to really, you know, tie ourselves in with the cosmic narrative. And by doing that, we run our lives synonymous with whatever's happening within the cosmos. So those who've been following me, I always throw the God body challenge during certain events that's happening within the cosmos because of our symbiotic relationship we have with it. So when we naturally tether ourselves to celestial events, the energy output is going to be maximized because of the fact that we have this ability to tap naturally into nature. And when you're fasting, you're raising your voltage, which again gives you the capacity to process higher levels of information that's coming through. So yeah, the God, you know, is coming up soon. I'm gonna make an announcement here in the next few days, and you know, give people the ability to prep for it. You know, I want to give the people
right
the ability to prep for it, because some people, you know, it may be their first time fasting in general. It's a water fast for those who don't know. 3 to 5 days, no solid food, just water. You know, we get it in. And those who haven't partook, you know, you'll be able to see the benefits because it's not only a fast, but you are tying yourself within the cosmic narrative by following the script of the sun. And me and my brother Blue, you know, we're coming out with a book, Convo with the Cosmos, and we speak specifically about that. We're putting the sun, you know, on this proper pedestal, you know, and that's the highest form of spirituality that you can do. You know, we never really pay homage and commemorate the sun like we're supposed to. You look at the glyphs and you see all of our ancestors have the sun on top of their heads and, you know, things of that nature. So they always recognize the sun for what it represented. So, you know, you want to follow the trajectory of the sun. So with that being said, the God Body Challenge will be starting soon. I'm gonna make an announcement, give people plenty of time to prep for it. And yeah, if you haven't
I would
partaken,
love to, yeah, I would definitely love to tie that into our lecture, the God Body Challenge. You know, maybe if we could launch it the same day. Somebody in the chat room recommended that we drop the lecture maybe a day or two before the equinox, so so they have time to prepare and get ready and whatnot. But I would love, like I said, to start the New Year's with you and to charge the people up. I'm going to follow the fast with you. I'm going to show my results. You know, I will be a proud participant. That is something that I'm definitely looking forward to, the God Body Challenge. You know, I'm working on this 6-pack. You know, I'm talking about. So, you know, I got work to do.
yeah.
And yeah, as you can see, the response in the chat room was crazy. You know, you got a lot of emojis. They was hitting you with the fires. It looked like Street Fighter. So I'm going to leave this email right here, right? Because the link for our upcoming lecture is being created as I speak. It'll be available in the description box in about an hour. But what I would ask the people or the audience who put the fire emojis, hit that email right there, redpillar75 at Proton Mail, and just let me know that you want to be a ticket holder. And by doing that, I will add everybody on our email blast. Well, I'll be sending out the link so you could be a participant in our monumental event that's coming up. So you could get that metaphysics, but you could also get applicable metaphysics, because this is the age of knowing. So we are about giving you formulas that you can utilize to stimulate not just your brain power or your mind and your quote unquote memory, because we're reminding you of things that you may have forgotten. Nothing that you're hearing is something that you've never heard before. You knew this already, but we're going to stimulate not just your mind, but we will also be able to stimulate the temple. That's what, to me, spring and moving forward, and that's what that represents, the temple coming alive, being in alignment with that sun. When that sun pops out in the summer, you're not in the state that you're in the winter. You're not just taking it easy and laying back. You're outside. Something is drawing you into the sun rays so you can receive your downloads. Not only are you receiving your downloads, but you're getting kissed by the sun, and it's going to show, because it's going to bring forward the richness that many of us have within our bodies and whatnot. That's that gold, that's that copper. You know, you get that glow. So to get to that point, certain things, certain measures will have to be taken. Take a look around you and look at the physical shape that a lot of people unfortunately have fallen into, because they were wearing face diapers and they were drowning in fear. Cortisol was being released, the diet and things of that nature, just the diet of what they were hearing on the radio, what they were seeing online and things of that nature. It hasn't been the healthiest in the past few years, just from an assessment point of view. Henceforth, there's a lot of people battling mental health issues and things of that nature. So this is also about prevention. This is also about reversing conditions, right? And this is also information from a higher level to help those out there who may be struggling with the reality that they're waking up in, because a lot of us are prepared to live in this new world or this new normal. Many are not. They're not handling this well. This is not what they were taught that the future was supposed to look like. They not ready for this shit. So as a result of it, you got people who are willingly, you have to be careful about even getting into conflict with people these days, because they have death wishes.
Oh, they on
They're
their
on suicide. They kamikaze in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to fall on their swords and they'll pull you down with them. So you really have to really maintain a level of serenity and peace. But you're walking through the valleys of Doth, not death, but Doth these days. You know?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, I mean, we were strategically, put in a program from the last 2 years. So, like Red said, even down to the mask. People suffering from hyperxia and or hypoxia, and the lack of oxygen or electricity in the body, which naturally drops the immune system. Of course, you got the 5G. Overstimulating the iron in the body. Which creates a spin excitation rate to where now the oxygen can't properly bind to the oxygen, and again, you're suffering from literally a suicide, a slow death. And
Slow.
naturally that's going to stimulate that lower self in individuals. And you're dealing with people who are on the edge. This is traumatic for a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are going to make it through, even when the sun pops back up, in during the spring equinox. A lot of people are going to be dragging out, traumatized, just based on everything that took place. So
Right.
this lecture is again going to give you, tangible science that you can use in real time to really activate that Heru in you. And take 2022 on and master it. This is the year of self-mastery. So take
Master, right.
and really realize that, again, we are running a script, a cosmic script that we all got to adhere to. Do you want to drop the title of it? You want to wait?
I mean, we could drop it right now.
Okay. So what we are, titling the lecture is called Soulmatic and the Illest to Bring the Static, right? Soulmatic and the Illest to Bring the Static. So we're talking about new electricity. We're talking about our relationship to the environment, our relationship to the sun, our relationship to, melanin, and how to, activate melanin and what melanin is, and, how they are duplicating technology to imitate melanin, through
Right.
nuclear fusion. We're talking about the, our connection with the stars. So it's going to be a really high, metaphysical lecture. And, we can get sciencey and drippy all day and saucy with the verbiage. But again, like we said at the beginning of the conversation, the number one thing that you can do that's free of charge, that you can do right now in real time, is to always not only remain neutral and an observer of your reality, but always enthusiastic. Always just appreciating life. Again, just looking in the mirror, saying I love you. Tomorrow's going to be an amazing day, because again, you got to take heed that we're in a completely new age, which is the age of knowing. So take that literal and begin to plan out your reality. And again, know that certain things are going to happen for you, because we will our existence, and will things into existence, faster than the speed of light. So we'll talk about all this type of stuff.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Say that name again. Soulmatic.
Soulmatic and the Illest to Bring the Static.
And the illest to bring the static.
The static, like static electricity.
Like static, definitely.
Right.
Magna, what? Yeah, man, that's fire right there. That's like a tour poster. That should sound like Alkebulan44 presents, like we going on a tour. That's like a Rolling Loud or something. But I love it. I love it. I love those type of titles. It reminds me of Golden Era Valentine. I'm talking about Golden Era, LIU and all of that. So yeah, man, I'm honored to be a part of this classic that you cooking up. I know my network, I know the audience, I know the KT aliens, they deserve this shit. You know what I mean? They've been very patient with us. We take them around the world a little bit and give them a lot of different topics, but our foundation is metaphysics. So it's time to deliver. I'm not gonna hold you all night. I think that this is a thorough demonstration. We we were able to squeeze a lot of information and a chock full of information, a chock full of topics, different plates of food for the family to eat, some fusion meals and whatnot. So I think they got a full meal. I think they got a full stomach and whatnot. Yeah, I hit up the Cash App if to show some love to our good brother Alkebulan44. Hit up the Cash App Phil Moreland. When you put my Cash App in there, if it doesn't have my face with me wearing a tan shirt, that's not me. They out here cloning Cash Apps now. If it should say KTL, that's a clone. Phil Moreland, the real one is my face, and it says filler, it says red pillar and whatnot. Yeah, brother, do you have any last words that you want to leave the KT aliens with?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I want to shout out the last two brothers that came on and brought some very, very powerful information. This show itself is again another classic, and just take heed to the information that all of us are delivering because it's important. It's about being proactive. We've been sitting down and watching and observing for way too long. We got to start productive now. The world is changing. You're gonna get left behind if you don't move with it. So
right.
That's the type of information we're presenting, proactive information. And with this lecture that me, my brother Red are putting together, it's going to give you, not only the visual, but it's also going to give you, like I said, tangible science to be able to utilize in real time and to tap into. And it's going to be a very powerful demonstration. So I just want to lead the family with, again, enthusiasm. Be enthusiastic. Wake up and wake up in the rising. Yeah, you wake up in the rising. If you need to do 20 push-ups, do 20 push-ups. Get out in the sun. Let the sun kiss you. Sit down and document how you want your reality to be. Those who've seen the Kanye West documentary, act like your reality is a documentary. Act like you got cameras on you at all times. You know what I'm saying? Just move with a certain level of rhythm, and just be cautious, but be at the same time, be loving to yourself, be confident. And, that's all I got for the family. Again, it's just your superpowers that you naturally have innately within you that are free of charge that you can do right now. And it's just about self-love and, self-acknowledgement. So.
Wonderful, brother. Wonderful, wonderful, man. Like the brother said, man, the information, that's love right there. When it hits you and when you receive it, it's love because it comes with enthusiasm. You know what I mean? It is an enthusiasm anchor. It stimulates a part of you that gets enthusiastic and electrified and charged up. You know what I'm talking about? Just like you said, it's just like the title. It's soulmatic. You know what I mean? It's soulmatic. The soul becomes magnetized and whatnot. Especially when we know that what it is that we're looking for, we don't have to look far for it.
Right.
Around us. We're looking for these answers. We're looking for this science. We're looking for these keys to unlock these doors and whatnot. We're looking for solutions. We're looking for the algorithms. I'm here to let you know, fam, y'all don't got to look far for it. This ain't no Easter egg hunt. It's looking for you.
That's a fact.
So I'm going to leave this email again. Some people were like, what's the email? The email is redpillar75 proton mail. Put upcoming lecture in the subject, and I will add you to the email list, and we'll send you your quote unquote the link to purchase your ticket. That will go out as early as tomorrow. Okay, that'll go out as early as tomorrow. So we'll get everybody on board. And of course, we are in the gift. We're in the spirit of giving. We want to incentivize the family, so we will be coming up with some giveaways. Because you're not just going to just buying tickets these days. Tickets come with prizes attached to them. Tickets come with rewards. Tickets come incentivized. So we will incentivize this as well as we incentivize our 7 steps to building wealth with precious metals with our good brother NKiru. We're going to also be giving out something in this upcoming lecture that we have coming up with my good brother. So look out for it. Send your name to the email so you could be a part of it. That's why I don't want to crowd anybody else that's out here that don't have nothing to do with this. When you come to the email, when you send your name and your email, we'll make that private group. We'll even we might make a Telegram, or we might do something on Discord, but everybody will be part of the group. Even after our lecture, we'll all be a part of this group, and we'll be able to share information, share our discoveries, share even the younger students that are out there that are ready to step up and even be apprentices and whatnot, and students, and to learn, because each one teach one. Yeah, holler at us.
Absolutely. And I just want to lead the family again with the title itself, Soulmatic and the illest to bring the static. So you guys are the illest to bring the static. The static deals with electricity. So we're going to be getting into so, with that being said, Red, I'm complete, and if there's anything else that we got to get a family, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's good enough, man. We at the 2 hour mark. It's a good plate of food. I'm gonna end it with a commercial. You know what I'm saying? New music coming soon, but as you heard the young brother that came on earlier, it's gonna be in the form of an NFT. Look out for that. Yeah, that part. Shout out to my good brother Source Guard. We put an iconic song together today. Shout out to Blue Pillar, Human. Everybody that's out there. Shout out to brother Ben X, Hereafter Farms, brother Farrakhan. Shout out to Keys. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ampool Bashir. It was his born day. Shout out to Source Guard. Today was his born day. Yeah, man. All of the legends, everybody doing what they do. We see you. You dig? All right.
Greetings. I'm horologist NKiru. On the behalf of myself and KTL University, we would like to invite you for our online Zoom class, March the 27th, 11 o'clock, 2022. We will present the power of precious metals, where you will have the opportunity to learn the concept of building wealth with gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rhodium. You will also learn the foundation of the abundantness of these metals through the health benefits, the wealth benefits, and the spirituality benefits. For every 20th person that signs up for this class, you receive this beautiful silver 925 sterling silver pendant that is featured on the front of the book, I Am Rich. The spaces are limited, so act now.